Okay, we're live. We made it. Been a long time since Christmas. Welcome back to Evolutionary TV. I'm your host, Terry Earthwind Nichols, along with the lovely
Linda Vectis Nichols.
My partner and best friend. It was just our anniversary. We don't mind that either.
1 of 3.
Yes. Well, we're going to run a 7-day series for better mental health. 7 tips, 7 days, 7. I just went blank there.
7 shows, 7 days, 7 tips.
Like she said. For better mental health. This is Mental Health Month, and we want to be part of it. We want to be part of helping people. And so we're going to put this on May 8th at 9 p.m. Eastern, May 8 to 14, 7 nights. So here we go. Tonight, we're going to talk about Stop the Movie Player. What does that mean? Well, it means a lot. And tonight is all about that. Linda?
Yeah, well, that's basically what we're doing with our clients. Our CR process is stopping the movie player. And we have found some really interesting, super easy techniques to get people completely out of emotion. And one of them is just having people keep their eyes closed. Another one is when they come to a memory, to have them, like we call it, freeze frame it. Just take the memory and hold it as a picture. So there's no movement, no description, no story. That's been huge for keeping people out of emotion. And that's why we've been able to help people with PTSD. And suicide ideation.
Yeah, we're going to go into this in a little bit more detail. The CR process, which is copyrighted by us, is part of the repetitive behavior cellular regression tool that I created 10 years ago. And Linda and I and my wonderful group of master practitioners, as well as CR practitioners in 12 countries and 26 U.S. states, have helped us develop an amazing tool in mental health behavior. Linda?
Registered trademark.
Registered trademark. Big deal. We just got registered.
Yeah, repetitive behavior, cellular regression.
Right. So eyes closed. Let's take a look at that. Why eyes closed? Well, when I do this, the world shuts off. The only senses are available are disconnected from sight. Now, why do we do that? Because when we are working with our clients, we found this very early on, that if they kept their eyes open, even on camera, they were aware and reactive to the presence of another person in the room. Mm-hmm. Whereas when we had them close their eyes, they release that awareness and are able to get it out. They were able to keep very present for 2.5 hours. Most times they didn't even know that it's been 2.5 hours since they went through this.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's
without being hypnosis
amazing.
Too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's the sequence that happens when we do this program and use the tool. When your eyes are closed, you stop motion. If there's no motion, there's no emotion. Mm-hmm. If there's no emotion, there's no interference from ego, asking questions and being overprotective and working what we call a deflection system that's connected to an amnesic event in early childhood. So that works very closely with another thing that we use is the freeze frame of the memory. So we start out, like we explained back in Christmas. Please, you're on Evolutionary Healer. Go to our videos and go back and watch any of those that you want. When we have somebody go back to a memory of their choice, we first tell them there's no good memories, there's no bad memories, because there really isn't. There's some emotional baggage that's associated with some, and some of it's good, some of it's bad, maybe. But we don't care about that. We want them to go back to a memory they like to remember and to talk about with friends and family often. It's like, When Linda and I did our ceremony 8 years ago, we talk about it a lot. It was a beautiful event. Okay, it's not a good memory, not a bad memory. For some people that were there, it could have been a bad memory. For some people who were there, it was incredible. Okay, it's just up to each person. But here's the thing. We set the mind up so that it is ready to be witness to what we're doing, because they have no clue to what we're doing. We're the only people that in the world that do this. Okay, so when they get to this memory that we set them up for, and it can be yesterday or it can be 10 years ago, when they get there, we ask them to freeze frame the memory, which is normally in motion, right, into a photo. Boom. No motion. No motion, no history, no story, no emotion, and ultimately no ego.
Yeah.
So freeze frame is very important. Linda, you're on freeze frame?
Yeah, that was really fascinating to get figured out. The other thing we do is we have people go through their senses with no description. That's another piece of kind of what we discovered works so well of keeping people out of emotion. So that's what we mean by stop the movie player. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. We'll see you tomorrow, Nate.
7 days, 7 tips, and 7 shows. We love it. Thank you for stopping tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.
To your mental health.
To your mental health.